Hi, my name's Brett Ballard. I manage the Marble Falls Quarry for Old Castle Materials, Texas. When we overestimate our capability and our experience, our risk tolerance goes up. We're prepared to accept more risk. We believe our physical capability and our experience level will prevent us from having an incident or being injured. For instance, during a behavior observation, a worker was told, "You're lifting too much." The worker said, "I can lift 165 pounds in the gym. I can lift whatever you're giving me on site. I'm much stronger than that. I'm capable, I'm young, I'm physically fit." This is further illustrated in a near miss that was submitted by one of our sister companies about a year ago. The near miss stated, "As I stepped outside the office trailer, I stepped onto a patch of ice. My superior agility and cat-like reflexes prevented certain death. A lesser man would have been killed." So is this a worker overestimating their capability? My cat-like reflexes or my agility? Is that what's going to prevent an incident from happening? Don't worry about the ice. I'm better than that. What older, more experienced workers tend to do is count on their past experiences to avoid incidents or injury. I've seen this before. I know how to avoid trouble. Consider driving in winter conditions. There's a big snowstorm and you want to go into work, but your spouse says, "Do you really think you should be going out there?" You've probably said in response, "I've driven in worse conditions than this and did just fine. I've got 35 years of driving experience. I'll do just fine out there." Are you overestimating your experience? An example we run into often at our quarry sites would be spillage off a haul truck going up a ramp or around a corner. When rock comes off a truck, it leaves a hazard for the units following to maneuver around or through. Upon seeing the spill, a risk assessment is done. You have to take into consideration the size of the rock and ask yourself, can I stop and remove the hazard, or will it take equipment to get the job done? This goes back to the physical capabilities of the person assessing the situation. This 58-year-old supervisor who hasn't visited a gym in 20 years and is one cheeseburger away from a heart attack may recall he's removed many such rocks in the past. This is a back strain waiting to happen. The proper way to handle the situation would be to call for help. Inform all parties affected there's a spill and the location of it, and have it mechanically cleaned up. How do you counteract this factor? Try reflecting on your role as a mentor. For instance, in the winter driving example, think of your children who may be learning to drive. Is this the way I want to teach a new driver? That yes, it's okay to do this? Those of you who do have the experience and say yes, you would be able to get yourself out of trouble because you know certain things. Is that the way you would teach it to a new worker? Is that the way you would teach it to your child? Somebody who's just learning the job? What that will do for you is increase your risk tolerance, and it will do that for the new worker as well. For the young worker, that model of physical fitness, you can say, yes, we see you're fit. However, on this site, we don't lift more than 50 pounds alone. We get help or we get an assistive device to do that. Because challenging a young person's ego is not going to be the way to address this particular factor. You must demonstrate and reinforce the safer alternative.